5,000 Roman soldiers marched into history and simply vanished. No bodies, no battlefield, no survivors, only silence. They carried the Eagle of Rome, the greatest military standard on earth, a legion that had conquered kingdoms, crushed rebellions, and survived impossible wars. Then, they accepted one final mission. They marched east, beyond the very edge of the Roman world. They were never seen again. For more than 2,000 years, historians have searched deserts, ancient ruins, forgotten battlefields, trying to answer one impossible question. What happened to Rome's lost legion? Tonight, we follow their final march, step by step, into history's greatest military mystery. To understand this mystery, we must first understand the Roman legion. This was not just an army. It was the most disciplined fighting force the ancient world had ever seen. Every soldier trained relentlessly. Every march, every command, every battle formation was practiced until it became pure instinct. A Roman legion could build a fortified camp before sunset, then march another 20 miles the next day. They defeated powerful kingdoms, destroyed mighty armies, and carried the Eagle of Rome across No one knows exactly where the legion was going. Ancient records are incomplete. Some historians believe they were sent deep into the eastern frontier to hunt down dangerous enemies of Rome. Others believe they were escorting something far more valuable: gold, military secrets, or even an imperial message that could change the fate of the empire. Whatever their mission was, it was important enough for 5,000 elite Roman soldiers to disappear into lands few Romans had ever entered. Their commander gave the order to march. The eagle was raised. The column moved forward. And with the Roman legion kept moving east. Day after day, they crossed mountains, burning deserts, and lands no Roman map could fully explain. The soldiers remained disciplined. The eagle still stood proudly above the column. Every evening, they built their camps, as they had done hundreds of times before. Everything seemed normal. Then, the reports stopped. No more messages reached Rome. No supply wagons returned. No scouts came back. The silence grew longer, until weeks became months. Rome refused to accept that an entire legion could simply disappear. So another force was sent to find them. They followed the same roads, crossed the same valleys, and searched every place where the missing legion had been seen. But what they discovered only made the mystery even deeper. A broken shield, a rusted Roman sword, field, no mass graves, no sign of 5,000 soldiers. It was as if the earth itself had swallowed them whole. As years passed, stories began to spread. Some whispered the Legion had been destroyed by an unknown enemy. Others believed they had wandered into an endless desert, never to return. And a few claimed the soldiers survived, far beyond the borders of Rome, living out the rest of their lives. In a land no Roman had ever imagined, the truth remained hidden. For more than 2,000 years, no one, not a single historian, has been able to answer what really happened to Rome's lost legion. But today, experts have narrowed it down to 3 fascinating theories. The first theory is a violent one. Deep in enemy territory, far from any help, the Legion was ambushed, surrounded, and completely wiped out. If this happened, the shifting desert sands could have easily buried the evidence, leaving almost nothing behind. The second theory is even more disturbing. They didn't fall to swords, they fell to nature. Some believe the soldiers simply lost their way, wandering through endless, barren deserts, until hunger, crippling thirst, and pure exhaustion destroyed the entire legion. No glorious battle, no victory. Just nature, claiming one of the greatest armies the world had ever seen. But then, there's the third theory, and it is by far the most unbelievable. What if some of them survived, captured or forced to settle thousands of miles away, beyond the edge of the known world? In fact, ancient Chinese records actually mention strange Roman-style soldiers appearing deep in Asia where no Roman legion should have ever existed. Could that really be true? Or is it just another legend, born from history's greatest military mystery?
So, what really happened to Rome's lost legion? The honest truth is, no one can say with absolute certainty. There is no ancient document, no hidden scroll that tells us exactly how their story ended. But after decades of intense research, most historians agree on one thing. The legion was likely destroyed far beyond Rome's borders. A brutal combination of enemy ambushes, severe exhaustion, disease, and a harsh, unforgiving wilderness. Over time, the desert winds and passing centuries simply erased every trace they left behind. The surviving stories turned into legends. The missing soldiers became myths, and the lost legion became one of history's greatest unanswered mysteries. Perhaps they died fighting.
Perhaps they died fighting to the very last man. Or perhaps a handful survived, living out their days in a distant, forgotten land, never seeing Rome again. We may never know. But maybe that is why this story has survived for over 2,000 years. Because history isn't just remembered for the battles we can explain. It's remembered for the mysteries that refuse to die. The Lost Legion marched into the unknown. And somewhere beyond the edge of the Roman world, their final footsteps were swallowed by history forever.